First of all, I would like to welcome each and everyone who is watching this video on this YouTube channel. So on this channel, I'm going to start some series of lectures of mathematics in which we will learn about the mathematics of 10th standard, CBSE and state board also. But before starting the actual syllabus, I would like to know that the students are understood the things which are required for 10th standard mathematics or not. So that's why today I'm starting with the topic which is required for the 10th standard also, because first topic of 10th standard is real numbers, which is totally based on the divisibility tests. So actually, what is the meaning of divisibility tests? Divisibility tests are nothing but any number. If it will be given to you, you have to find that is this number divisible by any other number or not. So before learning the divisibility tests, we need to learn about the factors and multiples. So to learn about the factors and multiples, we will learn these things first. So what is the meaning of factors? Suppose 12 is one of the number. So the factors of 12 means the numbers which can be divisible, or which by which we can divide the number 12. So for example, we know that 1 is a factor of all the numbers. After that, we know that 12 is divisible by 2 also. After 12 is divisible by 3 also. And after 12 is divisible by 4, 6 and 12 itself also. So these all numbers are called as factors of 12. Factors of 12. So we can see here 12 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, total 6 factors. But 12 is a very small number. It is a two-digit number, so we can know it easily. But suppose if the number is very large, for example, any number I am taking here, 4846. So how can we know that is this number divisible by 2, divisible by 3, divisible by 4, 6 or 12? So for these things, the divisibility tests are very important, because without doing the actual division, we can know that is this given number divisible by particular given digit or not. So let's go to learn about the divisibility tests. We are going to learn about all the numbers divisibility tests. We are starting from 2 because we know that 1 is neither prime number nor composite number. So it is not required to learn the test or the divisibility test of the 2. So we are starting with the 2, sorry. So first we are going to learn about the divisibility by 2. So what is the divisibility test, or sometimes we are calling this as rule also, divisibility rule. So this is the rule or divisibility test of 2. A number is divisible by 2 if its last digit is even. So this word is very important here. Last digit is even. So we can say directly also all even numbers are divisible by 2. All even numbers are divisible by 2. So one example is given here, that is 246. Here we have to check the unit place or the last digit only. So here the last digit is 6. So just check here whether the 6 is present here. So 6 is present here also. So that's why this number is divisible by 2. So one more example we are taking here, that is a 129. Now we have to decide by using this divisibility rule that 129 is it divisible by 2 or not. So what we have to check? We have to check the last digit only. Here the last digit is 9. So we have to check is 9 an even number. So since 9 is not an even number, so this number will not be divisible by 2. So this is called as the divisibility test or divisibility rule of 2. Any even number or the number which is ending with even digit, for example 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, that number will be divisible by 2 also. This is nothing but called as the divisibility test of 2. So after 2, 2 is very easy test because all even numbers are divisible by 2. Next we are going to learn about the divisibility by 3. It is also divisibility rule of 3. So what is the divisibility rule of 3? A number is divisible by 3 if the sum of its digits, this is very important, sum of its digits is divisible by 3. So what is the meaning of this? One example here we have taken. So the number is 123. So what we have to do first, we will add all the digits present in the number. So which digits are present? 1. So here 1 we have taken. 2. Here 2 we have taken. 3. So here 3 we have taken. Now we have to add these digits. 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 1, 6. So we have to check that whether 6 is divisible or whether 6 is present in the table of 3 or not. So we know that everyone knows the table of 3. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6. So 3 is divisible by 6 is divisible by 3. So this all number, that is a 123, is divisible by 3. So in this way, what we have to do, we have to add the digits which are present in that particular number. If that addition, or sometimes we are calling it as sum also, if that sum is divisible by 3, then the total number is also divisible by 3. Now the next example we have taken, it is a 529. So similar thing we will do here. 5 plus 2 plus 9 is equal to 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. 7 plus 9 is equal to 16. So we have to check that is 16 present in the table of 3 or is it divisible by 3. So just count the table of 3 because we are going to learn from the basics. So we will do the counting of tables also. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 3 threes are 9, 4s are 12, 5s are 15, 6s are 18. So 16 is not present in 3's table. So that's why 16 is not divisible by 3. So we can write here 16 is not divisible by 3. So in this way we can understand that which numbers are divisible by 3 and which numbers are not divisible by 3. It is a very easy concept. Whichever number they will give, let the number is any bigger number or any smaller number, we can use this tester to check that is that number divisible by 3 or not. So these are the tests of 2 and 3. After these two numbers, we are going to learn about the next number, that is the 4. The test of 4 is we can say easier than the 2 and 3 because here we don't have to do any type of addition. Just we have to check that a number is divisible by 4 if the last two digits form a number. So we have to check that sometimes students are getting confused that last two digits are divisible by 4. It is not like that last two digits are divisible by 4, but the number which is found by last two digits must be divisible by 4. If that number is divisible by 4, then we can say that the total or the whole number is also divisible by 4. So here the number, one of the example we have taken 316. So which number we have to check here? Last two digit is forming the number 16. The number 16. So we know that 16 is divisible by 4. So we can say that this 316 also is divisible by 4. So what we have to check here for the divisibility rule of 4, last two digit, these two digits will form one number. That number must be present in the table of 4 or this number is divisible by 4. Then this whole given number will also divisible by 4. So here next example we have taken, it is a, what can we say, a wrong example. For each and every divisibility rule I have taken these types of examples so we can understand which is divisible by that particular digit and which is not divisible by that particular digit. So the next number is 415. So here from the last two digits, which number is forming here? It is 15. So we have to check that is 15 divisible by 4 or not. So we know that in the table of 4, 15 is not coming. So we can say that directly 15 is not divisible by 4. So here we can write is not divisible by 4. So therefore, this number also is not divisible by 4. So this is the divisibility rule of 4. Don't confuse that because some students are thinking if any number they are taking, they are checking for last two digits, but we don't have to check for only digits. We have to check for the number formed by these digits. So here the number forming was 16, here the number forming was 15. So we checked for these numbers, and if these numbers are divisible by 4, then the total number will be also divisible by 4. So it is the easiest test of the divisibility, that is the 4. Next, after 4, we are going to learn about the 5. The divisibility rule or test of 5 is the easiest among all tests. 5 and 10, they are having the similar test. So here, divisibility by 5. A number is divisible by 5 if its last digit is 0 or 5. So these two digits we have to remember to understand the divisibility rule of 5. If any number is ending with 0 or 5, then this whole number is divisible by 5. So one example we have taken here, the number is 145. We know that we just have to check the last digit. Don't look at the other digits. Just look at the last digit, that is the unit place or ones place digit. It is 5. So we know that if any number is ending with 0 or 5, that number will be divisible by 5. So we can say directly that this number is divisible by 5. So next example we have taken, which is the wrong example, that is the 146. So just check the last digit, it is 6, and we know that it is not 0 or 5. So that's why this number is not divisible by 5. So the divisibility rule or test of 5 is the easiest. So just we have to check the last digit, whether it is 0 or 5, then we can say that this number is divisible by 5, otherwise not. After 5, the next test is for the number 6. So 6 doesn't have any special test. So here we have to use the division algorithm, that is the we need to understand. A number is divisible by 6 if it is divisible by both 2 and 3. Both 2 and 3. Because we know that 2 into 3, it is coming 6. So if any number is there which is divisible by 2 also and which is divisible by 3 also, that number is divisible by 6. So in this way we need to understand the divisibility test of 6. So here one example we have taken 246. So what we have to check here is the given number is divisible by 2 and 3. So just check, for checking the divisibility rule of the 2, we are checking the last digit. The last digit is 6 here. So we know that this is divisible by 2. So we can write it is divisible by. So not only 2, but we have to check is it divisible by 3 also. So what we are doing, we are adding its digits. So that is 2 plus 4 plus 6. So it is coming 2 plus 4, 6, 6 plus 6, 12. And we know that 12 is divisible by 3, so it is also divisible by 3. So since the given number is divisible by 3 also and divisible by 2 also, so we can say that therefore 246 is divisible by 6. So this is the divisibility rule of the 6. We need to understand that, or we need to check that whether the given number is divisible by 2 and 3. That number must be divisible by both the numbers, that is 2 and 3, not either 2 or 3. Okay, so understood it properly. So another example we have taken here 248, we will check for it. So 248 is the number. We know that this number is divisible by 2 because it is ending with 8. So it is divisible by 2. Now we'll check for 3. So what we have to do? We have to do the addition of the digits. So 2 plus 4 plus 8 is equal to 2 plus 4, 6, 6 plus 8, 14. So is 14 present in 3's table? No. It is not divisible by 3. By 3. So I told earlier that it must be divisible by both 2 and 3. If it is not divisible by either number, then it is not divisible by 6. So we can write here not divisible by 6. So this is the divisibility rule of 6. We have to check that whether the given number is divisible by 2 also and 3 also. Then only we can say that the given number is divisible by 6. After 6, the next digit is or next number is 7, divisibility by 7. So many students are thinking like that the divisibility test of 7 or rule of 7 is more difficult than other numbers, but it is not that much difficult. We just have to understand in a proper way. So let's understand this first. So what we have to do for checking the divisibility of 7? So double the last digit. Only understand this statement. Double the last digit. So what we have to do, if any number will be given, we have to double the last digit only and subtract it from the remaining number. Subtract it from the remaining number. And if the result is divisible by 7, so is the number. So if that subtraction is divisible by 7, then we can say that the total number or the whole number is divisible by 7. So here example we have taken 203. So in 203, the last digit is 3. So we have to double the 3 and we have to subtract from the remaining number, that is 20. So 20 minus double of 3, that is 2 into 3. So what is it coming? 20 minus 3 twos are 6. So it is coming 14. And as we know that 14 is present in the table of 7. So we can say 203 is divisible by 7. Is divisible by 7. So similar thing we will check for the 204 also. So in the 204, same thing we have to do, write the left number, that is the 20 as it is, minus double of last digit, that the last digit is 4. 2 into 4 is equal to 20 minus 2 fours are 8 is equal to 12. And as we know that 12 is not present in the table of 7, so we can say that is not divisible by 7. So in this way, we need to understand whichever bigger number will be there, we have to check for this. If suppose the any much bigger number is there, then we will repeat this process until we are not getting the number. So we can check that is that number is divisible by 7. So this is the divisibility rule or test of the 7. It is not that much difficult. So don't what can we say, listen the things which are some people are saying you that these things are difficult, that things are difficult, but don't look at them or don't hear to them. So the next test we are going to learn is the 8. So the divisibility rule of 8 or divisibility rule of test of 8, it is exactly similar to the divisibility test of 4. But in the 4 we were checking the number found by last two digits. Here we are checking the number found by last three digits. So here the test is given. A number is divisible by 8 if the last three digits forms a number divisible by 8. So we know that in the 4 we were checking for last two digits, in the 8 we are checking for last three digits. But another condition is there, because sometimes the number will be ending with 0. So at that time we need to check that. So here another thing that we have to remember, if that number is ending with minimum three zeros, if any number is ending with minimum three zeros, then we can say that this number is divisible by 8. Because first example only I have taken here, that is the 1000. So in the 1000 we can see how many zeros are present here, three zeros. So what we have written in the test, minimum three zeros hone chahiye. How many zeros? Three zeros. So here three zeros are present, so we can tell directly that this number is divisible by 8. But another example we have taken here in which zeros are not present. So the number is 1728. So what we have to take here? The number found by last three digits. So the number found by last three digits is 728. So we have to check that is 728 divisible by 8. So we know that 8 ones are 8, 8 nines are 72, 0, 0, 8, 8 ones are 8, 8 minus 8, 0. So 91 is the question coming. So we can say that 7, if 728 is divisible by 8, this number is also divisible by 8. So this is the rule of 8. It is exactly similar to the 4, but one change I have made here, that is the, if any number is ending with minimum three zeros, अगर उसमें minimum three zeros present है, means at the rightmost side, that is at the ending places, then that number is divisible by 8. Or any number whose last three digit forming number is in the table of 8, or it is divisible by 8, then also we can say that it is divisible by 8. So after 8, the next rule or next test is the divisibility by 9. So divisibility by 9, it is exactly copy of the 3. We can say that copy of 3. In divisibility test of 3 also, we learned that if the sum of digits is divisible by 3, then the total number is divisible by 3. Here also same thing is there. If the sum of the digits is divisible by 9, if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9, then the whole number is divisible by 9. So we'll check here. 7 plus 2 plus 9. 7 plus 2 9, 9 plus 9 18. So we know that 18 is divisible by 9 because 9 2s are 18. So this whole number is divisible by 9. So next number, the subsequent number I have taken here, that is the 730. We will check the addition of the digits. 7 plus 3 plus 0 is equal to 7 plus 3, 10. So as 10 is not divisible by 9, so this number also is not divisible by 9. So this is the divisibility rule of the 9. Next, after 9, we are going to learn about the divisibility by 10. So divisibility 10, already I told that it is exactly similar to the 5, because in the 5 we learned that any number which is ending with 0 or 5 is divisible by 5. 10 also it is similar that, but only one digit is required there in the end. So a number is divisible by 10 if last digit is 0. Last digit is 0. So it is a very easy test. We don't have to do any type of addition, subtraction, double of the last digit. We don't need to check the number formed by last two digit. It is only that we have to check the last digit. If the last digit is 0, then the total number is divisible by 10. So it is very easy test, that is divisibility test of 10. Next is 275 number we have taken. Here the last digit is 5. Last digit is 5. Since it is not 0, so therefore this number is not divisible by 10. So it is the easiest test or easiest rule, that is divisibility test of 10. Next, and last, generally, we know that 13, 17, these are also the prime numbers, but we are learning the rules up to 11, because remaining numbers we can check by dividing directly. Because if you are going for the larger numbers, it will be difficult to understand and it will be difficult to maintain these things in our mind. So we are learning up to 11 only. So the divisibility test of 11, here we are learning. So what we have to do here, find the difference between the sum of digits at odd and even places. So here, if any number will be given, what we have to check there? We have to check the number in which at odd places and even places, means generally we can say in simple words, alternative places. So we have to add these alternative places digits and we have to do their subtraction. So we will understand this through the example, then you will understand better. So the example is 121. So here alternative places means if this is the ones place, tens place, thousand place. So what we have to do, check the numbers in the alternative places, that is 1 1. So here we have added 1 plus 1. So at the even places 2 is present. So we are subtracting this 2 from this addition. So what will come? 1 plus 1 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. So if this subtraction, if it is coming 0, or if it is coming, if it is divisible by 11, because for sometime bigger numbers it will be divisible by 11, it will not come 0, but if it is coming in the table of 11 or it is divisible by 11, then we can say that the total number or the whole number is divisible by 11. So if it is divisible by 11, then the whole number is divisible by 11. So another number we have taken here, that is the 2453 2453. So just check for this number. So in 2453, we can see that these are the odd places numbers and these are the even places numbers. So we are adding 3 plus 4 bracket, subtract from them the even places number addition, that is 3 plus 2. 3 plus, so simplify 3 plus 4 7, sorry, here I have to write 5 plus 2 because 5 is present here, minus 5 plus 2 7, so their subtraction is coming 0. So if it is coming 0, then the given number is divisible by 11. So in this way we can understand that whether the given number is divisible by 11 or not. So in this video, we learned all the divisibility rules or all the divisibility tests of the numbers which are required for us to learn the 10th standard mathematics in a proper way. I know that we learned this in the 7th standard or 6th standard or 8th standard also. But if you have forgotten from this video, I hope you understood how can we know that whether the given number is divisible by the particular or the given number or not. So in this video, we learned only about the divisibility tests, but in the next video, another thing we are going to learn. But remember that if you want to learn the mathematics in a proper way, you need to learn the basics first. And the things that we learn today is the basic things in the arithmetic, that is the divisibility test. So first we will learn the basic things from this. So next video we are going to learn about the HCF and LCM. HCF and LCM. As we know that in 10th standard, in the first topic, that is the real numbers, so many questions are there based on the HCF and LCM. But generally we learnt about the HCF and LCM for the numbers only, numbers. But in this 10th standard, we are going to learn to find the HCF and LCM for the algebraic expressions also. Algebraic expressions also. So, but remember that if you know the base properly, you can learn the advanced things also. But if you don't know the base, if you don't understand the basic things, you will not understand the remaining things also. So that's why we'll learn all the things step by step. From today onwards, we are starting this. I hope you understood and it helped you to understand the divisibility test. And I promise that in the next videos also, we will learn the things which will help you throughout the your mathematics journey, not only for 10th standard, but after the 10th standard also. And the students who are present in the 9th standard, in some next videos, I'm going to explain the new curriculum that CBSE has developed for ninth standard. So the students who are present in the ninth standard for the academic year 2026-27, for them there is a new syllabus. So this syllabus we will discuss in next video also after the HCF and LCM. That is the students who are present in the ninth standard, means those who are passing this year the 8th standard and those who are going in the ninth standard. They're lucky students because they are going to learn the new syllabus. Some addition things are there which the 10th standard students are learning now in this year. They will learn in ninth standard. So it is beneficial for them because it will help them in their next journey, not only for 10th standard but after the 10th, which we are preparing for the computer examinations. So let's see step by step and day by day we will learn these things. Thank you for your cooperation, and if you like this video you can subscribe and like also. Thank you very much.